My friend, this actually works with our theme, so I may put this in. Um, my friend just sent me a things that her kids made at their school for her for
Oh,
Valentine's Day.
yep. Handcrafted.
Yes.
A horse absolutely loved her basket. She was like a child.
Oh, I love that. I love
Oh
Horse.
my
Horse is
gosh.
amazing. I still have to talk to her about doing the podcast.
Mhm. I think she would be like out of everybody you've talked, because I mean, I don't know. Other than Alan, I don't know the other two too well.
Yeah.
Like Elliot and I forget who the other person. But
Emerald,
like I know
Tara.
horror, Emerald, yeah. Like I know horse, and she loves horror and true crime, and I mean, like there's so many times I'm like, is this is Emily just horse on an alt account sometimes?
Oh my god. Especially since she was away
Yes.
at Korea for 2 weeks and I had to
2 weeks.
bully you in your chat.
Yeah. So it was like, ugh, I'm confused here. I don't get it. What's going on? Who are you?
I also like to point out that
Uh,
everything we've just said for the last minute and a half has been recorded.
no, delete. Control all delete.
No, 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 no. We're gonna start. It's fine. So, Kenan,
Uh-huh. Hello?
did I tell you today's theme?
Yes. No.
So, this is the Valentine's Day episode. The first episode is a
Oh,
themed episode, which I love that for me.
okay. So you did tell me. Oh no, I'm a bad listener.
I mean, it's
I'm a
fine.
bad
You've had a lot
rememberer.
going on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the theme
Valentine's.
is love and heartbreak,
Ooh,
and
ooh.
I'm really fucking excited.
Okay. You're ready for it?
So, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the first story is from True Off My Chest, which you know Reddit.
Oh yeah. I love Reddit.
Okay.
I'm
Um
usually listening to streams and scrolling through Reddit.
yeah, I've showed you the podcast Two Hot Takes, yeah. So this story is titled My Girlfriend Fell in Love with My Friend. They have been
Everything's
talking for
fine.
2 months. She started getting feelings for him a couple weeks ago. She wanted to
Ooh.
tell me, but I confronted her before she was ready. She told me she doesn't love me the way that she used to, and now it's more platonic. She just has a crush on him. Out of respect
Wait,
for me,
platonic
they agreed to
between the boyfriend or the other friend?
the boyfriend and her.
Oh,
So
okay.
OP and his
Uh-huh.
girlfriend, she's just feeling more platonic towards
Oh
him.
gosh. Okay. Okay.
Out of respect for me, they agreed to block each other, and she has been crying about it for the last 2 days. But I'm starting to wonder that it's too late and our relationship will be rotting from the inside because of her feelings. Even if they fade, she doesn't think they will, as she hasn't felt like it with anyone else. Right
Mm-hmm.
now, we're trying to talk and give it some time, but in her head, she just sees a choice of her happiness versus mine, and she just can't say it. I'm heartbroken. I treated her the best I could and respected her. I don't know what to say to my friend either. He's just ashamed and clearly has feelings for her too. They're both part of a mutual group friend, and it will be torn apart. I
That's rough.
When I first read this, I felt so bad for him. I have to blow my nose. I'm gonna have to cut that part out of me blowing my nose because I definitely saw that spike. But yeah, I feel so bad for. I'm assuming him.
For
It
sure. For
doesn't
sure for
say
him.
anything. Yeah, it just says the friend is a guy. So I'm assuming that OP is also a guy.
Yeah.
That really sucks. Having
It really does.
your partner fall in love with your best friend, or at least a friend. It doesn't say best friend, but I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
I would think so.
I mean, I can relate to this, and you know that.
Mm-hmm. I've heard the stories. No, it's definitely getting put in a tough spot. Do you know who Shannon Sharp is?
No.
Shannon Sharp. Now he has his own podcast. Great athlete. He has a podcast, Club Shay Shay, I think, or something along those. But anyways,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, he was talking once. I saw a clip about, I'm gonna let you go because it's what you want, and I would rather see you happy than hurt. And that's like the kind of feeling I'm getting out of this. Like he'd be he'd be better off not hanging on to that and just kind of letting it go so that she is happy, because eventually he's just going to end up being hurt more than he is going to get hurt now, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's a very tough situation to be in, especially, not being not being in the loop on things is really hard. Like, kind of and especially like the other friends, do they know, the other group, do they know what's going on? Do they understand that all three of them are going through these like swing of emotions, and is it gonna end ugly? Because it's most likely either way, it's gonna end in some like I'm gonna take sides kind of situation, and it's not gonna be fun. That's not gonna be fun for anybody at
Yeah,
all.
absolutely. And it seems like they, despite having an emotional affair, they haven't
Hmm.
crossed the line of a physical relationship, which I guess, like, is good, but also
Hmm.
he found out that his girlfriend loves his friend. Why is he still with her?
Right. I'm glad he did bring it up to her to begin with. And I'm glad she was gonna bring it up, but maybe she took a little bit, maybe he was getting kind of antsy about it. Um, before, bringing it up. But yeah, if that's a situation and you've had this talk with her, and he kind of, I guess, wants to try and make it work between them two, but having her block him, but at the same time, you're worried about ruining, your circle of friends, like that's gonna happen regardless. And instead
Yeah.
of just dragging it on, knowing that she no longer has, intimate feelings, or, physical or emotional intimate feelings for you, it's just going to be even harder in the future, or, moving on, other than just, this is what she wants. I'm going to find somebody who reciprocates the love I'm sending, because that you're not going to get it from her. Like, and I'm not sure, what was said between them exactly, but I'm sure she clearly let him know she's no longer interested.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, like, how long of a relationship this was. It doesn't say, right? Because they only mention how long
Yeah,
his
the
girlfriend and his
friend and
friend were
her have been
talking.
talking, and they didn't say anything.
Hmm.
Like, even looking at the comments, this was from 2 years ago, too. Like,
Right.
yeah, I don't see any mention of.
But yeah, I mean, this feels like a situation we've either dealt with ourselves, or we've dealt with in a group friend setting. And
Yeah.
yeah, and it's never, it's definitely ended relationships in the past. Some survived, trickles here, trickles there. But yeah, just let her go. Just let it go. And you found one person, you can probably find another. It's not easy, but it's harder than just holding on to that for this whole time.
Absolutely. Are you ready for the second story?
Let's get it.
Girlfriend, 27 female, demands 140,000 pocket money from me, 27 male, to marry her.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. Oof.
Uh, been together for 3 years. One day she heard her friends had a 140K wedding ceremony. She thinks she does not need a fancy ceremony, but I need to pay the same amount because everyone does that. So she decides I should pay her 140K as pocket money. I said it's ridiculous in every way. And then she claims it's her compensation. Compensation? Am I saying that right?
Compensation, yeah. Yep,
Of giving birth
you
because
got it.
having a baby will have a negative impact on her health and career. I still think it's ridiculous. I mean, I can fully support her and take my responsibilities in cases if she has an emergency. I am willing to pay them money to save her, but give give her 140,000 to so that I can marry her. Am I too stingy? Yeah, yeah. There we go. Um,
Man,
I don't know how I feel about this.
it's not 1850 anymore, 1950
Yeah,
anymore.
um, in an edit, they say, "Sorry, I forgot to mention we are both Chinese, so there is a cultural thing, but this 140,000 pocket money is not considered as dowry in traditional sense. It's her
Uh-huh.
idea, not her parents. We live in the
Right.
US, so it is USD."
So it's USD. Okay. I was hoping, I'm like, I hope this is yen or ruble or something like that. But 140, I mean, that's a lot of money.
It
That's a lot of, I
is.
mean, even if you had that on hand, that's your savings, that's your backup, that's your fall, that's your retirement plan, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of get it though. Her compensation of giving birth. Do I think that that is correct? No. But
No. Mm.
especially since they are saying that they live in the US, the this goes into the mortality rate in the US is so high that I think that anything they could come to an agreement that if he does have this money, that they will put that aside because not only is maternal mortality rate extremely high,
Right.
a female's body can get so unbelievably destroyed while being pregnant and giving birth that that money could pay
Oh,
for
yeah.
any, if she wanted to, any cosmetic surgeries that she wants after, just like
Mhm.
fixing any damages that were
I mean, heck,
caused.
just general health issues
Yeah, that
in
too.
general, you know? I mean, if that's what she wants some money for, I don't know why she would want it upfront. It'd feel like, it'd be like as time goes on, but she's clearly, you know, has this idea. I don't know if it was purposely put in her head by her friends, like, "Hey, we got this much. How come you didn't get anything?" But I don't know. It just feels kind of weird, and I'm sure we're missing a few details, from the story, on how things kind of unfolded. But it just like kind of like a weird out of the blue. Like we were doing fine before this. Uh, we were going through life like somewhat of a normal couple would. I don't want to like start defining what a normal couple is, but it's like almost like she wants to turn the relationship completely upside down because she has this idea of what the relationship is supposed to mean now. What defines a relationship, and them getting married is defined by 143,000 is just kind of odd. And it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, at least ask for around 100,000. I'm not sure where she came up with that number just because her friends got it.
Yeah, it's
It's
probably
it
because
just
of
kind
her
of
friends
feels
had a
weird.
140,000
Yeah.
wedding ceremony.
Yeah.
Which is that
I
much
mean,
just for the ceremony? That's a
that's
lot.
wild. Bro, that's a down payment for a car, for a house, for you can do like a nice, family wedding up to 50 people. Heck, 100 people, 50 from each side. And your honeymoon was all 143,000, and you can use the rest that's left over on down payments to slowly pay everything off as you go. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of freaking money. I mean, even if you're talking about a person who has a salary income of, let's say, 100,000 a year, you know, most, good amount of that has gone to taxes. Rest of it is for bills and maintenance on the house, vehicles. I mean, just everything. I mean, I don't know how much money this guy makes, and I don't know why she's expecting that much from him. Like just straight up upfront to get married. It's wild. It's kind of wild
Yeah.
for me.
Well, there is a second edit that
Ooh.
says, Thank you guys for all the comments and suggestions. When I tried to calmly talk about it, as some of you suggested, she started to say, the quality of my life won't affect if I leave you, right? I can live very well on my own. And she started to question why we are even together. It reminds me
Oh.
of something in the past. I thought she was joking, but now it seems maybe she was serious. She used to want kids very bad, and since we were both in graduate school, I suggested that we should wait till we have stable jobs first. Then she said I should have been with an older and wealthier man. Guess it's time to
Oh.
make her dreams come true. That is disgusting.
Oh. That just kind of like brings it full circle to like her intentions from the beginning wasn't so much the relationship kind of deal.
Yeah.
It was like sort of she was hoping for the status of or the grandeur of money and wealth, and she was hoping she would get that from him. And it almost feels like, this money idea was kind of already implanted in her thoughts about, what the relationship would be. And she didn't know how to bring it up until, her friends said, I had a 143K wedding. And she was like, oh, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I should ask for that. That's
Yeah, that
crazy.
that just it's ridiculous how she would even I wouldn't even say that as a joke.
Right.
That's absolutely insane.
That's just freaking crazy. I mean, again, that's just a lot of money to have on hand, and let alone want, kind of thing. And I get I don't blame her for wanting some sort of, I don't know, it's weird kind of call it compensation, but essentially that's what it is, to having a kid. And they said they were in the process. She's already pregnant.
No, well,
Not
it doesn't
yet.
say that, and I looking at the
Mhm.
Reddit post, the user's deleted, and so is the post.
Ah, shit.
Um, but no, they're not even engaged. Like this is
Right.
just something like, oh, if you want to marry me at all, this is something you have to do, which is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, that was something similar, kind of why, not to get into too much detail, kind of what I went through kind of led me into, it was like, there's these like 3 things I want in my life, and if you wanna marry me, you buy them for me. And I'm like, You marry me, then I'll buy them for you, because I know that's like kind of like a weird ask. Um, and that was like kind of like, how sort of my parents and their parents, my grandparents, that's the time and era, and the world geography that they come from is, you kind of offer that to the person you're gonna get married, kind of thing. And it was just kind of not what you see today. You kind of go into a relationship of not necessarily 50-50, but the idea of 50-50 as in, today I'll do 80% and you'll do 20%, knowing that later, that role will be flipped where I'll be doing 20% and you'll be doing 80%, you know? And she just kind of wants to force that 100% 50-50 all the time. And that's just not going to work of just that's just not going to work out by asking for all that money. you know it's just going to be bad. And obviously, he doesn't feel good about it, and I think he has all the right to not feel good about it, but I do understand where she's coming from at the same time. It's just not the right way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, Next story.
Yep.
My boyfriend is falling in love with someone else.
Ooh, tables have been turned.
My female 26, boyfriend male 26, and I have been together for 5 years. We've been planning on getting married after our studies. We moved abroad together, and for now, we are not living together for financial reasons. Everything was going great until in our relationship until recently. He started texting with a classmate day and night. First, he was saying it was for a group project, but the other day they were talking about traveling. I am not a jealous person and totally okay with him making friends, but they are texting a bit too much for my liking. I told him it was bothering me and he yelled at me and told me I was exaggerating and got defensive. It was weird because normally he never yells at me. This behavior is odd and unlike him. Yesterday he accidentally sent me a selfie showing off his hair, which was clearly not meant for me, with the caption, "For now, from now on, it's only for you." He
Oh,
realized he sent
oh,
it to me instead of her and immediately deleted it. I acted like I hadn't seen it, but I am feeling horrible now. I am so sad and hurt. I don't want to see him anymore. I don't know if I can trust him again. He's got someone's attention for the first time in years and couldn't say no to her. I don't even know if the girl knows about my existence at all. I am so confused and I don't know what to do. I don't have many friends here and I can't deal with the pain of losing my relationship alone. But I feel like there is nothing I can do to save it at this point. I know that he is not a person to play with some people's emotions, so I feel like he is pretty serious with her. Please help.
damn. I mean, that's pretty much kind of lines up with that first story, but reversed. Um,
Yeah.
but just gonna be a less backlash because there's no, friend group involved. There's gonna be less people hurt in the situation. But god damn, just that feeling of not knowing and hoping that you know what's going on helps, and then once you find out, it doesn't help at all. And that feeling of like, somebody not being uh committed to you and not being fair to you at the same time, that just sticks no matter what happens in that situation also. Like that
Yeah.
person, like that her boyfriend is essentially tainted. There's just not too much coming back from that once like he's kind of like, drifting away from you. That's very, very, very tough.
Yeah. Especially since it's clear that, like, it's not even just like, oh, he's catching feelings for someone. He's
Hmm.
full on cheating.
He fucking jumped at the plane.
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
he's on a free fall for that girl, and he's about to land right in her lap as soon as they go on that vacation. L- l- Literally
Oh,
metaphorically.
absolutely.
Oh my god, that is fucking shitty situation to be in.
But guess what, Kenan?
Hmm.
We have an update.
Oh, okay.
Update. I broke up with him. He didn't say it up front, but he clearly wanted to keep both of us. That's not going to happen.
Nah,
I am
nah.
so proud of her.
Hmm.
Seeing the red flags, addressing the red flags, and leaving the situation.
That's a hard choice to make. That's a hard choice
Especially
to
living
make.
abroad and been
Hmm.
together 5 years.
And there's just no emotional support for you. There's no outlet for you. There's nobody to talk to.
Yeah.
Um, just it's you and your crumbling into yourself and devouring yourself. With thoughts, and hopefully not physically, but mental is just as tough as physical, and that
Oh no,
is that is
he was
not easy to deal
100%
with.
physically cheating. The fact that he
Hmm.
sent that girl the message, "From now on, it's only for you."
Yeah, I mean, even if they didn't do anything, let's say around her, in front of her, or they didn't do anything, physically, yeah, that counts just as bad as if they had done anything together.
Yeah.
It's just fucking terrible. And yeah, and like you said, 100% agree that she should have left him. 100% agree that he was trying to like maneuver into a relationship where he gets to keep both of them. when he gets bored, he can go out and play around, go on vacations with her as a school project or whatever bullshit he wants to label it as. Yeah, no, that's fucked up. 100%.
Yeah. So we've had three sad ones in a row. Well,
Hmm.
two sad ones and a very, very clearly gold digger story.
Yeah, that's a word I was looking for. Yeah, very gold diggish.
Um, so to break away from that, we have a happy one.
Happy, happy.
This one is from r/proposal, and it's titled "I'm an Idiot."
Ooh. Is it a guy?
I'm assuming so, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so it starts with, I realize that might sound harsh, but let me explain. My girlfriend and I have been dating for about 3 years. We decided to take a romantic trip to Mexico to an
Oh,
all
come on.
inclusive resort. At this point, my girlfriend was expecting a ring within the next couple of months, but she didn't believe I would be dumb enough to bring an engagement ring to Mexico. In my
Oh,
infinite wisdom, I decided that it would be a perfect place to propose. I packed my bag and hid the ring inside of uh I don't know what the box is, but essentially um it was packed into his checked luggage.
okay.
So instead of putting it in his carry-on, which probably would have been smarter,
Hmm.
um I realize now how dumb I am, but at the time it seemed like the perfect plan. Anyways, we get to Mexico and we get to the bag screening area. They have you press a button and either lights up green or red. If it lights up red, your bag gets searched. If it lights up green, you get to proceed. The two people ahead of me light up red. They walk off to the side. My head is spinning, praying to God that it doesn't light up red. I slowly make my way to the button. I press it and it lights up green. I count my blessings and we continue our trip. On New Year's Eve, I propose to her on the balcony as she watches the fireworks go off. We're still married to this day.
Nice. Oh my god. That's not how I was expecting it to go at all. At all. Is
No,
that
that
the end
was
of it or is there more?
oh no, that's it.
Okay, jeez. My god. I was expecting that to go. First of all, I wasn't I was thinking he's taking on this probably beautiful trip to a resort in Mexico, and he's not gonna propose. Come on, come on! Like you're going on this beautiful trip, like you have to propose. So I'm glad he fucking proposed. I'm just
Honestly, though, like imagine taking the
dude.
ring and not proposing.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm glad he even thought of that. Like, I would have given him credit for just thinking about taking the ring, just to find the right moment to propose. And if it didn't happen, it didn't happen. Oh well. But I was just thinking, like, oh, and we went, and every time we did anything, she'd be expecting me to propose, and every time I didn't, she would get like, a little depressed, and we ended up going back home when it was supposed to be a fun trip, and we just went home depressed because she thought I was gonna propose, and I never took the ring with me to begin with. That's where my head was going with the story, big time, big time.
Yeah. And it's like, for anyone who's listening, you don't have to wait for the right moment. You can
Hmm.
make the moment right.
Ooh, look at you! Exactly,
I learned that from
exactly.
my mom and my stepdad because
Hmm.
um how he proposed to my mom. My mom knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. We all knew that he had a ring. They
That's
picked it out
cute.
together.
Nice.
Um and it was one day that he normally would pick her up and that they would drive to work together. They didn't work together, but the train station near his work got her closer. It was like easier to get to New York that way, so he would just pick her up, drive her
Have
there, then go to
have
work.
carpool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um and they stopped at the bank that morning. And
Ooh.
as she's at the ATM, he pretends to drop his wallet
Oh my god.
and goes to
Okay.
pick it up. And when she turns around, he's proposing. And that day, it's special
Stop.
for them. Not only that, but it's a very sad day for him because I want to say it was his grandmother. It was the anniversary of his grandmother's passing.
Oh my god.
So he took a sad day and made it a happy day, and that's the day he proposed to my
Yeah.
mom.
Makes it really special.
Yeah, and
Oh
they've
my
been
god, that
married
is
for
so adorable.
nearly 14 years now. Yeah, because I was,
Wow.
ooh, yeah, because I was 11 when they got married.
Wow. What a great story. Oh my, like, yeah, I mean, and what a, like, I guess quote, I don't know what you want to call it, uh, of, you can make yeah, you can make the moment special. You don't have to wait until a special moment is 100% right. Because that's like, what I see and hear a lot is like at the end of the day, most girls just would want you to finally fucking propose. Just
Yeah,
fucking do it already. And I'm glad, she got to pick out her ring because two takes, is that what it's called? The podcast?
two hot takes. Yeah,
Two hot takes. Yeah, there was the one where, he got her the ring that his mom wanted instead of the ring she wanted, and none of them wanted to say anything about it. Is a very awkward situation, and I'm glad your stepdad went about it in that kind of manner.
yeah, yeah. My mom, I don't know how, I don't remember exactly how she was when it came to the ring. Like, I knew that she wanted, obviously, it had to be silver. Her and I are the same
Hmm.
way. Like, I think I own like two things that are gold. One of them was
Right.
gifted to me. I don't know why. Another thing, it was something that I got for Christmas this past year that I wanted.
Hmm.
So it's like she wanted it to be silver. It has, I want to say, three diamonds, and then there's a matching wedding band.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute. My ideal ring, and I know it's not for me, but like an ideal ring I would want to give to my partner, and of course, that's just like a cute idea in the back of my head is so essentially it's two rings, but when you put them on, they mesh like perfectly together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it'd be one would be for like, the first one would be for like the engagement ring, and the second one would be the wedding ring. And depending on how she feels like, she can put two on and make it look like a nice big ring, or take one off and like, keep the small wedding band on, or just if she wants to, just go diamonds, for the second half, she can just put that. I don't know, just like a little cute idea, and you can mix and match the colors, and kind of have a bit more choices of what you want to do, for the day you're having. That's just a kind of
Oh
like
yeah,
little. I might just do
absolutely.
that for myself.
Honestly though, like
Fuck
I
it.
think people need to normalize guys wearing engagement rings too.
I hate, something I do look a lot at is definitely both hands. I mean, any sort of like kind of indicator that somebody might be taken.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to go from being like I'm saying something nice to you to like I'm saying something inappropriate to you, and that would just kind of make it a little bit even more awkward. I mean, I just generally don't talk to people to begin with. It makes it a lot easier.
I mean, same.
Um,
Absolutely same.
yeah, I don't want to, and then you have to like, bring your boyfriend, or like, you go tell your boyfriend about it, oh, I got hit on today, and he gets all jealous, and like she has one of those super uber duper fucking jealous, kind of partners, which, those kind of partners always, kind of irk me. Um, and I get being jealous and all that stuff, but yeah, it's just kind of weird situation. So I just avoid talking to people in general.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. With me, it's like I don't go out much. You know this.
Hmm. Yeah, same. I mean,
Um,
if I don't have to go to work today, and it was or if I don't want to go visit my friends, I would just be at home relaxing the whole day.
yeah.
Well,
So,
especially for you, I wouldn't want to be out in your weather either.
oh
It just
yeah, no, it
sucks.
snowed last night. There's snow on the ground.
Yeah. Now, I have a lot of East Coast friends, and just the pictures I see, and I'm like, what fairy tale movie are you guys fucking living in right now? I don't understand how much how
One, I
like
would love to
it's
escape.
crazy.
I don't like the snow.
Hmm. That's what I like about California. A few hours north from where I live in Central California.
Yeah.
So for me, it's the perfect weather. Our lows are 40, our highs are 80. Perfect. But a 4 or 5 hour drive up north, I got all the snow I want. 3 hour drive down south, I got all the heat I want. So it's very nice in that manner.
It is right now 8:30 and it
Oof,
is 30 degrees right now.
oof.
I know.
We're chilling. It's 5 o'clock. Sitting at a cool 60.
You know what? Rub it in, why don't you?
Hmm. I will. At 8 p.m., we'll still be at 55.
You know what, Kenan?
I'm sorry. What could I do? Our parents chose a perfect place to move to.
Yeah, honestly though, like I want to go back to my great great grandparents. Yeah. And like yell at them for choosing Jersey out of all places. They moved from Ireland and they chose Jersey.
Yeah, I guess familiar grounds, familiar temperatures, I guess. Dark and
Who
gloomy.
knows?
Oh, there was a chance we could have ended up in Michigan. There was my mom's side of the family has a good amount of family in Michigan. We could have ended up in Michigan. And I would rather end up in Jersey than Michigan, for sure.
Yeah. No offense to anyone who's
So
from Michigan.
no, full offense. You guys know what you live in. Unfortunate circumstances, but they know what they have to go through. They know better than we do.
Fair. Absolutely fair.
They know it. They know what they have. They know what they can get. You know.
Alright, story number 5. Are you ready?
Yeah.
My 26 female boyfriend, 29 male, is still in contact with the girl he cheated on me with.
Ooh.
And this is
And
from r/ relationship advice. Yeah, she's still with
ooh.
him.
She's still with him. Okay.
This was posted 3 days ago, so I'm gonna check after and see if there's an update. My boyfriend cheated on me 3 years ago, and we still stayed together. I've told him that one thing I need is absolutely no contact with her, as I do not want anything to do with her in my life. We recently had a conversation as well, because he told me she may be coming to work with him at the site he is in charge of right now. They're coworkers. I told him that he
No.
does not need to have her phone number, as work communications should just stay during work. He told me he's not going to text her, but last night I found out he's been texting her since 2 days ago. However, it is all work stuff. Assuming from their conversation, it doesn't seem like that there was anything, but they have been crossing paths at work. I felt completely cheated and betrayed. He doesn't believe he cheated in this case because he says he didn't do anything wrong. I packed up all my stuff and left. Is this cheating? Is it not?
Wow. I mean, as to if that's cheating or not,
Yeah.
I don't know. But like I said, what he doesn't understand is once you have that feeling never goes away. And you're bringing back what triggers that feeling of being cheated on. So, I mean, in a way, it's not cheating, but he's not helping his situation here. I mean, I'm glad he at least, told her she didn't have to find out on her own. But man, I mean, I would why even why even have contact further than work, unless, you're managing everybody and you need to be in constant contact with people. There shouldn't be
Yeah.
much communicating out that I mean, at that point, I think it'd be emailing, sending memos kinda thing,
Or even
not
if
personal
you are
phone number.
texting, you would have a work group chat because he's
Mhm.
managing a site right now.
Yeah.
Um, but I have a problem with him saying he's not going to text her, but then he's texting her. That to me
Yeah.
is, it may not
Okay.
necessarily be cheating if it's just work stuff, but he is crossing a boundary that she said, like, I do not want you to text her. If you need to talk
Right.
to her for work, that is fine, but do not have contact further than that.
Right. I mean, I'm assuming like she means he's having, full on conversations. And, I mean, I know every job is different. Like I mean, even me and my brother, we typically wait until we're in person to talk about work, just because when we're out of work, we're out of work. And if we do need to talk, I mean, he's my brother. If we do need to talk about work, it's a couple like messages here and there, send a picture of something, and that takes 2 minutes and that's it, right? He might have a more of a complicated job, but you can't say, oh, when she says they're texting, it doesn't feel like they're talking about work. They're just having a conversation and using work
Yeah.
as an excuse.
From what she said, that it seems like they
But
were just talking about
I
work.
I mean, I do think it's kind of he's doing her dirty, and I would almost consider it cheating. Like you said, he said he's not gonna text her, but there he goes, just texting her. Especially if it takes time out of their relationship, their day. If he goes out of his way to text her, to me that's cheating. If he's like every like let's say as soon as she sends him a message, he might look at it and put it away. Cool. I can get back to her whenever. Clearly she's not at work while he's not at work, right? So it's not
Yeah.
like he's at home managing a team from home using his personal phone, personal number. It's just a very, very awkward situation to be in. And she's not wrong for not liking that situation.
I agree. Um, I looked to see if there was an update because this was only posted a couple days ago, and no, nothing. She was active in the comments. Someone had said that, like, um, first part of infidelity is no contact, and that because they were coworkers, that one of them should have quit. And she said that, like, no, she would have never asked him to quit because he
Right.
needs that job for his future and their future, all that stuff. So
Well, this does seem like they were originally separated at work, but she recently got moved to his area,
yeah,
and that's why
possibly.
they're going back to texting again.
Stuff is just crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, every time I think about it, like, oh, it'd be nice to have somebody, and everybody seems nice and cool, at the beginning, and it's like I kind of equate it to food. Once you have like once you go to a restaurant or you have a certain food. Like I know people who can't eat sushi at all. Like they'll eat all forms of fish, but they had
Yeah.
that one bad experience with sushi, and you know, it's weird to equate it to humans, but you'll never go towards sushi again. And that's kind of like the the aspect I come from it. Is like when do you like start trusting that person again? You already had that one bad experience with him. Uh, just treat it as that, you had that bad experience, and I get trying to make things work, but you already had that bad experience, and that feeling is coming back, and he's not he's obviously, it seems like he's not trying to let her go at the same time. It's just not good.
I agree. I hope that either they can talk this over, or
Hmm.
they need to do she needs to do what is right for her.
Yeah,
And if being with him is right for her, then good for her. If leaving him is good for her, then
even better.
yeah. Okay. Are you ready for our last story?
Ooh, okay.
My 21 male gay best friend is in love with me, 19 male, and I
Ooh,
secretly feel the same way.
ooh.
But the situation is rough. Where do we go from here? What are we? Ending with a possible cute love story here, Kenan.
Yeah. I mean, as long as neither of them are in a relationship, I don't see the issue.
Oh, oh, wait for it.
Oh shit. Okay. I
Not
spoke too
gonna lie.
soon.
What?
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing, yes. Not gonna lie, my best friend, 21 male, recently confessed to me, 19 male, that he's gay, but he's controlled by his homophobic parents and his
Oh
controlling girlfriend, 22 female. And
no.
he's been in love with me for years, apparently. I'm not 100% straight, and I cannot lie. I've thought about asking him out before because I saw the signs that he was gay and unhappy with his relationship, but I knew he was taken and didn't want to get in the way of that. Then, when he told me the truth, a switch flipped in me. I've always been there for him, just like he's always been there for me when I went through abusive relationships. He told me about his abusive relationship with his girlfriend and parents, but I already knew. It was obvious whenever I met them once. I want to do anything to make him happy and comfortable with his sexuality. I even told him I'd help him with whatever he needed. I even said I'd help him out of his toxic and abusive relationship with his girlfriend and parents, but right now he wants something else. I've never done it before with a girl, much less a guy. I don't want to destroy our relationship, nor do I want to make things worse with his family and girlfriend. What do I do?
Wow. Wow. So many thoughts going through my mind. I mean, we're past bromance here. We're past brotherly love. Wow. Do you have any thoughts on this while I kind of rattle this in my head for a little bit?
I think that he is doing everything right by his friend. I think that he's just doing everything right by his friend and the fact that they seem to be in love with each other. It sucks that
Right.
his parents are homophobic. Um, I am very lucky that when I came out as bisexual to my mom, that she was very supportive, and so is my stepdad. Um,
Mhm.
so when it comes to homophobic parents, I'm honestly the worst person to talk about that with because I have supportive
Yeah.
parents.
And kind of have a bias of knowing what it feels like to be supported than not being supported, and you'd hope everybody would be supportive of their kids in that situation.
Yeah, and it
Damn.
really makes me sad when people use religion as an
Oh,
excuse, but that's a whole nother
excuse for
conversation.
anything, let alone this, for
Yeah,
anything bad. So my thing is, I mean, so, the one that doesn't have a girlfriend, he's obviously emotionally invested in his friend,
yeah,
and, he is emotionally attracted to his friend. I don't know
yes.
if he exactly said anything physically attracted per se, but,
He is definitely has romantic feelings towards
okay.
his friend.
But being in a situation where you haven't had a partner of the opposite sex, let alone of the same sex, is very, very tough, especially on both of them. There's been a few conversations I've had with a person who's attracted to the same sex, a person who's gay or bi or pan, of being used by another same sex partner as their first gay experience, and how a lot of people are kind of get annoyed of, well, he only got with me so he can figure out whether he's gay or not, you know and I don't want his friend to be like that person for it, right? Especially being friends.
Yeah,
And, let's say they do end up, he does end up dumping his girlfriend, they hold hands and run away together, and then figuring out, well, you know, I thought I did, but you know what, actually, experiencing it now, it might have been just an emotional attraction than wanting to be a partner with you. You know, this felt better as friends than now we are together, and we have to make this kind of relationship work now that we kind of let everything go, whether it's bad or good. Whether he had to um, dump his girlfriend, dump his family. Now they're essentially together, like like they might feel like they have to make this work after doing so much for each other. It's very hard to go into that kind of relationship like that, let alone when it's your first one and you don't you just I mean he's not young, really young, but he's still early on in his life, still trying to figure out, kind of rush into that like that. It's going to be really hard. It's going to be tough on both of them,
Yeah.
especially if things don't end up working out.
Yeah, I think it comes down to the friend needs to leave his girlfriend anyways cuz as OP has
Regardless, yeah, his
said,
friend and family, yeah.
yeah, um is controlling, and it seems like he's 100% sure that he is gay and he's living in an unsafe environment. Also, there is an update to this.
Oh shit! All right, let's hear it.
Okay, so it's just my gay best friend confessed update. Anyways,
Ooh,
last night I, 19 male, was honest with my gay best friend, 21 male, about what I thought about the situation he's in. And around midnight, he showed up at my doorstep and told me he was already planning on breaking up with his girlfriend, 22 female, and broke up with his abusive girlfriend not that long after I talked to him and moved out of his parents' house. So he is safe and out of
nice.
the abusive relationship.
That's a really good start.
Yes. But my honesty and support about the situation made him want to be with me even more. However, he didn't bring much stuff from his place, but I let him stay here, and now we're living together.
Fuck it, baby. We can buy you more stuff. Who gives a fuck?
Honestly, I'm glad he's out of a bad situation, but I can't help feeling guilty. I hope we can make things work between us and maybe become more than
Exactly.
friends soon. But now, where do we go? I've never been in a gay relationship and could use some advice. This is he posts originally this was posted on relationship advice, and now this is the updates posted on r/LGBT. Um,
Nice.
I hope nothing but the best for these two, no matter what
For
it is.
sure. I mean, I'm glad he's kind of realizing that, it sucks that he feels guilty. I think his friend needed a almost like a guarantee that he's this is a step he needs to take, and his friend is that reason to kind of push him forward to, move on with his life. And if it doesn't end up working for both of them, honestly, I don't think it's such a bad situation, whether they do stay friends or not, because he's out of a bad relationship, out of a bad family, um, and it took kind of his friend support to get him out of there, and whether they end up together or not is good. And for the 19-year-old, again, I don't think for him, even if they do or don't end up together, I think he's still in a good situation where now, he can figure out what he wants. He can figure out if this is the feelings he's having are right for him, where he can go on a few dates with some people, um whether it's with a few people or just him and one person, and kind of physically and emotionally figure out if that's the right step for him. And if his friend is, if he decides, yeah, this is, I can make this kind of relationship, a gay relationship work, that would just, and his friend is still available, that would make the relationship even better. For me, I don't see anything but good from here on, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I am very happy that his friend was able to get out of that situation and is now
Yeah,
safe, and hopefully they can figure out where their next step is together
yeah,
and individually.
yeah. I mean, heck, if even if they don't end up being partners, uh, yeah, they might even be helpful as friends in finding each other's partner. Especially because they know each other so well. They might not mesh perfectly, but they don't have to mesh perfectly either. But yeah, like regardless, they're on the right step. They're on the right path.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Keenan, how do you feel after this first episode?
Very good. I like it. I can't wait until maybe a couple of the stories. What was that one that was posted like 2 weeks ago? Which one was that?
Um,
I forget. Whichever one that is. I hope maybe I get to hear it in a couple of months from somebody else's point of view and see how that goes.
oh, the
But
one
I'm
with
I'm
the
very excited for this.
coworker.
Oh, there you go. Is it the core worker one?
That was
Was that
posted
the
from what I see. Oh, from my screenshot, it's 9 days ago, so it was a couple days ago.
9 days ago? Okay, yeah.
A
I
few of
mean,
them are
definitely,
recent stories. There was one from 2 years
yeah.
ago, 2 years ago, 8 months ago. I am very, very happy with this episode, and I'm really glad you were here.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Um, I'm getting more opportunities to collaborate and whether it's co-host or host myself. And every opportunity I get helps me learn and kind of progress and maybe try to figure out what I want to do in my life too. It's always
You
nice
should
hearing
start
other
a
people's
podcast.
opinions. Oh Lord.
You should.
Oh Lord. I'll think about it. Maybe I'll start hopping around a few more communities that I'm in to see if anybody else is doing podcasts or
Yes.
uh having conversations on a live and or not live platform for sure.